Turning now to surging inflation here back at home. Listen to this. New polling from Rasmussen showing Americans are losing confidence in their financial future. In fact, right there in the middle in red, 48% saying they are worse off than they were a year ago. And our next guest is slamming the Biden administration for crushing small businesses with mandates and with lockdowns. Joining me now to discuss is Republican Congressman Blaine Luetkemeyer, joining us live here from Missouri, ranking member on the House Committee on Small Business. Congressman, thanks so much for coming on. We do appreciate that. You look at that poll, and the majority of the American people say they're worse off financially than they were a year ago. How do you feel about that? What is your response?
Well, thank you, Sean. I think that they're feeling the brunt of what's going on, and they're responding to it accordingly. We've been seeing these numbers consistently. We work with the Job Creators Network there with the Small Business Committee, which I'm the ranking member on, the top Republican on. And we work with the Job Creators Network, and they have two different polling groups that they work with, McLaughlin and Rasmussen. And those numbers have been consistent for the last several months. People are concerned about the direction of the country. Inflation is eating away at all their profits. Give you an idea, for instance, the wholesale price index, which is what the businesses have to pay for their products and services at the wholesale level, is up 9.6%, and the inflation rate is only 6.8. So it tells you we've got some more inflation going to happen here very shortly, because those prices, that increase, that inflation is going to be passed on. So I think we're in trouble here. I think our economy is going to be very slow and sluggish for the next year, and I'm very concerned about it. And this administration seems to be doubling down on all the things that you shouldn't be doing, like raising taxes and restrictive regulation. So we'll see where it goes, Sean.
Well, they haven't dropped the Build Back Better plan just yet. It's shelved for now, but it doesn't seem that that's going anywhere. Bottom line, government spending right now, is that a good idea?
No, I don't think it is. We've got plenty of money in the system right now and that's another underlying cause of inflation and all these dollars that have been flowing around out there. There's plenty of money in the system. We need to let it settle down. The Fed keeps pumping money in as well. We need to allow the system to flush itself of these dollars and get back to some sound financial fiscal policy, which this administration is not doing. I think, the previous administration prior to the pandemic had us on a great course. They were empowering Americans, individuals and businesses by allowing them to keep their money and invest it and risk their own monies and do that. And we saw 1.2 million more jobs than we had people to fill them. And the economy was roaring along, record revenues coming into the government. And now we're stumbling along here as a result of higher gas prices, which this administration intentionally is causing because of their reluctance to continue to allow the oil and gas of our own country to be producing. And now we're energy dependent again instead of independent. I mean, all of these things keep going the wrong direction. And I'm very concerned that this administration keeps doubling down the wrong way for the wrong reasons on all of these things.
And the price of rental cars have gone up. The price of cars have gone up. Meats, goods, groceries. That's where folks are feeling this. Their wages aren't going up, and that's the trouble that we're seeing. We're entering a new year. This is again, as I've pointed out many times, a young presidency here. This is what we're seeing. Does this turn around, especially when you talk about the Fed wanting to raise interest rates as well? Will that help or hinder us? I'm running out of time with you, so I do want to ask you about this. It's very important. I know that your community was recovering, or is recovering rather, from the impact of those tornadoes that moved through. How was the community there in Missouri impacted? How are they doing as far as recovery efforts? What have you heard, Congressman?
Yeah, the southeastern part of our state was hit much harder than what my district is, which is more central and suburban St. Louis and out to central Missouri where I live. We had a lot of wind and we had some damage. There's no doubt. I lost one individual in the storm from my district, but southeast Missouri was hammered pretty hard, similar to, but not quite as bad as Kentucky and Tennessee and those states. But they're recovering. I know I signed on to a letter yesterday to request some emergency funds from the federal government as a result of those storms, and hopefully they'll be helpful to those individuals and businesses getting themselves back on their feet again.
Absolutely. Still thinking about those really devastatingly impacted there in the Midwest region. Congressman Blaine Luetkemeyer, thank you and Happy New Year to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Happy New Year and Christmas blessings and holiday season blessings to you as well. Take care.
You too.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.